Fred and Ginger took an 18-month break between Shall We Dance and Carefree, the longest of the series. During this break, Ginger did 3 movies, and Fred 1, and the results are surprising, especially to the modern viewer. 2 of the 3 Ginger movies made a small profit, one of which was re-released later for a much more substantial profit, and one was a financial disaster. Fred's only movie during this period was his first to lose money. In the previous video, for Having a Wonderful Time, I panned the movie as nice but unremarkable. Maybe that view is influenced by it being preceded and followed by 2 great performances by Ginger. Released before this, Stage Door is one of Ginger's best, nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Script. But Vivacious Lady, released after Having a Wonderful Time, is one of my all-time favorite Ginger movies, perhaps because it was the first Ginger movie without Fred I viewed. It has 2 classic scenes, Ginger in a catfight and a truly charming dance scene, but it was more than that. Ginger just sparkles throughout. It doesn't hurt teaming Ginger with a great actor like James Stewart for the only time, early in his career. Every great actor's performance is improved, paired with another great actor to play off against. When I say Ginger benefited from co-starring with another great actor, in James Stewart, she was with one of the all-time greatest, AFI's number 3 all-time actor. I can't even fit all of the information for the awards he and his movies received over his career on one screen, but 5 AFI Top 100 movies alone is a statement in itself. His 1965 Golden Globe Cecil B. DeMille Lifetime Award states, an intriguing leading man who came to represent the finest of American character traits. His 1984 honorary Oscar states, for his 50 years of memorable performances, for his high ideals, both on and off the screen, with the respect and affection of his colleagues. This list of his 22 movies that received some sort of recognition is prestigious, with so many great classics. At the time of making this movie, though, all Stewart's great accomplishments were in the future. He had some good roles up to this point, but Ginger pushed for Stewart, borrowed from MGM, in one of Stewart's earliest starring roles. After only 4 days of shooting in April 1937, Stewart was hospitalized with an undisclosed illness, and then he had to return to MGM to appear in Of Human Hearts. They considered replacing Stewart, but eventually the project was canceled. Then, with Ginger's recent successes and Stewart's performance in Of Human Hearts, it was picked up again. It was a critical and commercial success and highlighted Stewart's talents for romantic comedies. The New York Herald called him one of the most knowing and engaging young actors appearing on the screen at present. Released 2 weeks later, Stewart had his breakout role in the very popular and award-winning You Can't Take It With You. Hollywood stars were different then, with so many being patriotic and even serving in the military in World War II. None more than Stewart. He was the first Hollywood star to enlist. Concerned that his celebrity status would relegate him to duties behind the lines, he appealed for a combat role and it was granted, flying B-24 Liberators as part of the 703rd Bomb Squadron. He was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, the French Croix de Guerre with Palm, and the Air Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters. Joining as a private, in March 29, 1945, he was promoted to full colonel. He served in the reserves until the mandatory retirement age of 60, and on July 23, 1959, Stewart was promoted to brigadier general. Stewart's friend Bogdanovich told a story about Stewart's character. A man put out his hand and said, "Mr. Stewart, I don't guess it means much to you, but I want you to know I think you're wonderful." Jimmy had taken his hand to shake it, and as the man started to take his hand away, Jimmy held on to it, looked him in the eye, and said, "It means everything to me." I have only seen James Ellison in 2 Ginger movies, here and in Fifth Avenue Girl. He mostly did westerns. He does get to shine in this movie, especially in the Big Apple dance scene. Beulah Bondi is my favorite character actress of the classic period. She could play any role, from tough to sweet. In this movie, she is sweet, and has a great scene with Ginger, followed by a truly charming dance scene. She was nominated Oscar Best Supporting Actress twice, including Of Human Hearts, the movie Stewart performed in during the pause in making Vivacious Lady. The movie benefited from another great character actor in Charles Coburn, one-time Oscar Best Supporting Actor winner with 3 nominations. Like Bondi, he was versatile, ranging from comedy to drama. This movie had a lot going for it, especially in director George Stevens, one of the top directors in movie history. He had already directed Fred and Ginger in one of their best movies, Swing Time, which I rank as their greatest. As you can see by the credits, he had an accomplished career. Ginger wrote about Stevens' directing. He had an incredible sensitivity to an actress playing a scene. He looked for nuances and was always delighted when I added something new. I was unafraid to express these acting variations with Stevens at the helm, and the results are evident. This was his last time directing Ginger. Jack Carson has a small part in this movie. A solid character actor, he appears in so many Ginger movies, from bit parts to co-starring with Ginger in The Groom Wore Spurs, 1951. When Ginger and Stewart both won Best Actor in 1941, Ginger for Kitty Foyle and Stewart for The Philadelphia Story, Vivacious Lady was released again, and this time for a more profitable run. Behind the scenes there was a love triangle going on, of sorts. It's hard to follow Ginger's relationships. There is no discussion of any issues on the set, at all, but Ginger was in romantic relationships with both director George Stevens and co-star Jimmy Stewart, though I do not know the status at the time of the movie's making. Ginger separated from her second husband, Lou Ayres, in May 1936. In both Ginger's and Lucille Ball's bios, they talk about going on double dates with Stewart and Henry Fonda, who were roommates, Ginger with Jimmy. It is stated Ginger was dating Stewart when she pushed for him to be in this movie. Ginger also dated Stewart in the early 40s. Ginger tells in her bio how her romantic relationship with Stevens started when filming Swing Time in 1936. I find this so out of character for Ginger. He was married with a young child. I knew Ginger loved directors, but still. She mentions this romance 2 more times in her bio, after the making of Vivacious Lady. I'm not going to try to explain Ginger's romantic life here. I will try in the documentary series, but even then I'm not sure what to say. My overall opinion was that Ginger was looking for love, permanent love, and for whatever reasons it never worked out for her. But she is too proud to explain why, instead making cryptic comments I tried to decipher. Throughout Ginger's bio, she refers to Stewart as a great friend. In her storytelling, she says she goes on many dates, using the phrase as it was understood back then, sometimes meaning just a night out with a good friend. There is no doubt some of these men had different ideas, as proven by quotes they made over time. Stewart's biographer Mark Elliott said on the Today Show Ginger Rogers was crazy about him, without stating when in their long on and off relationship. Margaret Sullivan's biographer Lawrence J. Quirk wrote Stewart fell hard for Sullivan, but was too shy to romantically pursue her. Instead, Henry Fonda, his roommate, married Sullivan. So early on, at least, Ginger was dating a man in love with another woman. Ginger frequently discusses what-if scenarios with men she thought could have been the one for her in different circumstances, Fred included. She does not about Stewart, but it truly seems implied. But then Ginger also was dating while having her own true love, Lou Ayres, the husband she was separated from. She didn't divorce Ayres until pushed by Howard Hughes in 1940, and in her bio, her relationship with Ayres is the only one Ginger regretted didn't work out. So, in this complicated mix of dating and loving, these three did this movie. I have no idea if Stewart knew about Ginger and Stevens. They tried to hide their affair. Stevens must have known about Ginger and Stewart. There must have been some awkward, to say the least, moments. A credit to these three professionals, they did not let it cause any issues. As to Stevens, a little later in her bio, Ginger writes about the end of a 3-year romance that had really had no chance to blossom, and, for a variety of reasons, it was not to be. I was still married, if in name only, and so was he. Did Ginger learn the lesson here? Stevens stayed married to his wife for 11 more years, until 1947. He had previously had an affair with Katharine Hepburn. Amazing how many men these two shared. Stewart, a college professor, has come down to New York City to retrieve his cousin, Ellison, from a nightclub where he is on another bender. Ellison says he is not leaving until a wonderful girl he has fallen in love with agrees to marry him. Returning from making a call, Stewart is stunned by a gorgeous vision, Ginger. He is mesmerized when she sits at his table while singing her song.
His eyes, the way you look into mine, the memory of those little white lies will haunt you all of the time. You'll be reminded of me and I'll be laughing. You'll be reminded of me.
Ellison hides so he does not have to go back. Ginger again sits down at Stewart's table, and he realizes she is the girl Ellison is crazy about. To his great surprise, after a few minutes of conversation, he is now taking Ginger out on the town.
I couldn't get you anything to eat.
Yes, I believe I would like something to eat.
Fine.
No, not in here. The food's terrible.
Well, then I mean, you...
Well, do you want to take me out or don't you?
Yes, I do. I want to take you out very much.
Well, how about it?
All right.
They really hit it off. Cinematographer Robert DeGrasse, Ginger's favorite, captured Ginger's beauty very well in this movie and was nominated for Oscar Best Cinematography. They were out all evening, and now at Ginger's apartment building entrance, Stewart wants to kiss Ginger, but is too shy, so she finally kisses him. He calls her right away and asks her for breakfast, and Ginger agrees. On the train back to Old Sharon, Stewart's college town, Ellison is stunned when Stewart tells him he has married Ginger. Stewart carries Ginger over the threshold into their compartment, but another couple is in there, and they end up without a berth, without privacy, on their wedding night. They arrive in Old Sharon, and waiting at the train station is Stewart's father, Coburn, and Stewart's family-appointed fiancée, Frances Mercer. Their problems have just started.
I thought he'd be pretty excited when he heard you were married.
I haven't told him.
Oh, you haven't told him?
No.
Well, then save me 2 good seats on the 50-yard line.
Ginger will go off with Ellison, while Stewart tells his parents, and Ellison is having a grand time teasing Stewart. Stewart dodges a kiss from Mercer, still gets a hug, and only now does Ginger find out about his engagement. Now we see how overbearing and judgmental Stewart's father is.
That blonde with him?
Well...
Isn't that the girl you spoke to me about on the phone?
Yes, that's the girl, but that was before she's a very nice girl,
You're
Dad.
26 years old, Peter. When you were 12, I informed you, and you still don't know one woman from another.
Ginger decides she has to do something.
Oh, Mr. Morgan, I want to thank you for everything you've done. I've had such a wonderful time. Every time I think of it, I just break out in goose flesh all over. Did you ever break out?
Not lately.
I'll always think of you as my cousin, Mr. Morgan. Thank you again.
Bye.
Stewart calls Ginger just as Ellison walks in with the wedding cake. Ginger is thrilled and showers Ellison with gratitude, which Stewart hears and gets upset. Coburn walks in, and Stewart tries to explain the situation, but his father does not let him speak. He is a horrible bully. Then his mother, Bondi, walks in and is so upset by their arguing that she has a fainting episode. Her heart, she says, and that ends the conversation. Ellison brings Ginger to the school prom that evening so Stewart can introduce her to his parents. Mercer shows up first, trades barbs with Ginger, and then drags her fiancé away to dance. Ginger is so angry she grabs an ashtray stand at just the wrong moment. Ginger is in the powder room when Bondi walks in, and the two immediately hit it off.
Oh, what lovely sheer hose. Where do you get them?
I buy all my hose at Livingston's, Fifth Avenue. They handle only the best, and I think in the long run it pays, don't you?
Naturally. Oh, I couldn't take your last one.
Well, go ahead. I can take 'em or leave 'em.
How's that?
Thank you.
We haven't met before.
No,
Are you going to be with us?
I am.
You're a new student.
That's right.
Ginger is not thrilled when she sees Stewart and Mercer dancing. Ellison pulls a quick switcheroo so Ginger can dance with her husband, and now Mercer is not happy. Ginger isn't either, asking if it is possible that Stewart break off his engagement with Mercer. They step outside, and Ginger is in tears when Stewart promises he will tell his parents now. She is very, very nervous. Mercer, knowing something is up, appears when Stewart goes for his parents. Ginger looks gorgeous sitting there. Well, if Stewart will not handle the situation, the ladies will, with hilarious results.
I wonder if you could stand the shock of my saying that I dislike you intensely.
I want to go away.
Not before I've had a few words with you. You know, Peter and I are planning to be married.
Oh, is that so?
Not that I think knowing that would make any difference to you.
Well, no.
Now, are you going to mind your own business, or must I really give you a piece of my mind?
Oh, I couldn't take the last piece.
Now, what did you do that for? I'm only going to have to hit you right back. Why, you contemptible little blonde, how dare you slap me? You can't get away with that. Who do you think you are? Ow! Oh! All right, put him up.
Ha, ha.
This is good.
No, wait a minute. Wait. Please, Francie. Now, wait, please. No, now take it easy.
Get her!
No.
Back at Ellison's apartment, Ginger fears she has ruined everything. He puts the wedding cake room decoration there for Ginger to cuddle with. Then Ellison visits Stewart in his bedroom, which has been redecorated for Ginger, so he can sleep with the bride decoration. The next morning, Ellison has to face Coburn, who warns him there could be no more incidents with Ginger. Then he drops Ginger off at her first day in Stewart's botany class.
Yes, Mama. I'll be home as soon as Papa learns me all about the flowers.
Ginger enters the classroom to whistles from the boys. Stewart is occupied, so Ginger lets him know she is there. Stewart takes Ginger to her desk to introduce her to the class, and I always loved when Ginger would do this thing, her face so close but not touching. It makes for a charming scene, and the other students know something is going on between these two. Like every other guy there, Stewart's assistant, performed by Grady Sutton, is taken with Ginger and comments to Stewart how hot she is, not expecting Stewart's angry reaction. Then he tries to put moves on Ginger, and Stewart sends him off on an errand. Finally alone together, Stewart tells Ginger to find them an apartment. They walk out arm in arm in front of his next class, 2 more whistles. Ginger gets the apartment in a ladies-only establishment. The Murphy bed comes back down on them from a little gust of wind. Stewart goes to visit Ginger, but the receptionist, played by Franklin Pangborn, who is in many movies with Fred and Ginger, denies him access. It is against the rules. Stewart should not have sent Ginger to a ladies-only hotel. Desperate for privacy, they sneak to the school's boat shed. Ginger sighs, alone at last, and a moment later the shed is chaotic. It is overloaded with couples, and they flee. Enough is enough. Stewart is going to tell his father now. As usual, his father will not let him get in a word, so as his father is leaving the room, Stewart blurts it out.
Now, she's my wife. And now, our president.
Coburn returns to the room, says he will not let his son throw away his life, as Stewart argues back. But then Mercer and Bondi come in, and Bondi ends the argument, for now, with another convenient spell. Coburn then guilts Stewart into keeping his marriage a secret for now. This is also tough on the newlyweds. Ginger has had enough and says goodbye. Stewart climbs in her window as she is arranging her trip back to New York. He begs her not to leave, but she stands firm. Then she wavers. She loves Stewart so much. As she opens the door, the Murphy bed comes down again, and now they both procrastinate and try getting the bed to fall again as a delaying tactic. Finally, Ginger rushes into his arms. She's not going anywhere. So of course then the stupid bed finally falls down. As he exits by the fire escape, Mercer is there, waiting for him. The next morning, Mercer tells Bondi about Stewart sneaking out of Ginger's apartment early in the morning. Bondi gets out of her sickbed, saying, "There is only one way to handle a woman like that," and goes to confront Ginger, leading to a really lovely scene. It is not only Stewart's great acting that supports Ginger.
Young lady, I know all about you and Peter.
Mother, I'm so glad you know. We've been so frightened as to how to go about telling you we were married, and now it all seems so simple. I was so worried for fear I might lose him. Oh, I know it sounds silly to fall in love with anybody so quickly, but I just took one look at him, and I said, that's the guy.
It's the first I've heard.
You mean they didn't tell you? Oh, my dear, I wouldn't have done this to you for the world.
You know, I think I'm going to feel fine.
Oh, I start out by half scaring you to death when I intended to begin so differently. I wanted to ask you all about Peter, what he likes and what to do when he's mad, and mainly how to make him happy.
I think you'll manage that. Maybe I do have heart trouble. When it's convenient. Whenever my husband raises his voice, oh, my dear, it saves so much wear and tear and...
Ellison walks in, and Ginger tells him Bondi knows. This transitions to the other great classic scene from this movie, the Big Apple Dance. I have so much respect for Ginger with this. She was at the very height of the dancing phase of her career, with so many great dance scenes with Fred. By swing time, even the harshest dancing critics agree that Ginger had become a very capable dancer. Yet here Ginger is not the focal point. She is equal partners with Ellison and Bondi, and it allows Ellison to shine, and Bondi's inclusion makes for a really wonderful scene.
Come on, Francie, get in it. 1, 2, 3, swing out. Swing low.
What am I going to do with him?
Swing high. And a stomp. 1, 3, 4, praise Ella. Whoa, whoa.
Come on, Mrs. Henry, don't you want to learn to do the dance?
Oh, I couldn't.
Oh, please,
No, I
come
really
on.
want to learn how to
Yes,
do it.
yes,
Oh, yes.
1, 2, very good. Really do it. 1, 2. Apple.
Lord,
Eddie.
killing me.
Susie Q.
Susie Q.
Going to town. 1, 2, out. Don't you stop till you hear it. Rock on down, stomp it out.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't
Don't stop now. Praise Allah. Praise Allah. Praise Allah. Praise Allah. Praise Allah.
Of course, Bondi's heart starts to act up again. Ginger explains they were celebrating the marriage, but Coburn will have none of it. Ginger says Coburn does not know her. How can he judge? But Coburn accuses her of being a gold digger who hooked his son. Ginger sarcastically asks if she did this for his low salary or prestigious position. Coburn says they must divorce, and Ginger says no, he is my husband. So Coburn says he will ask for his son's resignation. What a creep. He is stunned when Bondi tells him she has had enough. No hiding behind her heart now. She states how oppressive his demands have been over the years, but now he is breaking her son's heart, and she is leaving him. Ginger tells him she will be leaving also. A very drunk Ellison interrupts Stewart's class to tell him Ginger is leaving on the 4 p.m. train. He calls Ginger, and she is adamant she is leaving. He tells her it will all be resolved before she can leave. Stewart decides if his reputation being blackened is his father's concern, he will do it himself, knocks down a lot of booze, and makes some more. Coburn is taking a big donator to the college on a tour at this time, and they walk in with Sutton teaching the class. Both wasted, Ellison tells Stewart to divorce Ginger so he can marry her, and the loud sound of their fighting in the storage room can clearly be heard in the class. Stewart staggers out, and luckily the donor finds his intoxication hilarious. Class is dismissed, and Stewart tells his father if he blackens his name enough, then maybe Ginger will be good enough for him. Coburn again threatens, so Stewart quits, telling him the only thing more important to him than this college is Ginger. Ginger is waiting at the train station, hoping Stewart arrives, but then has to leave. Stewart realizes he is late and rushes off, with great difficulty because he is so drunk. You can see Ellison out cold in the storage room. Broken-hearted, Ginger's train pulls out of the station. In her compartment, Ginger is bereft. The porter comes in and gives the still-crying Ginger a sandwich. Bondi is in the next compartment, and she is also crying as he serves her. I love Best's performance in this small role, as he is compassionately brought to tears by the crying women. He was a busy character actor with 134 appearances in movies and television between 1930 and 1955.
I can't eat anything.
Right now, I couldn't eat nothing either.
Oh, would you get me some cigarettes, please?
Oh, no, I couldn't take the last.
Well,
And she take one end of the snipe and sent you the other end.
Mother.
Well, don't you worry about me.
Here's your mustard, man.
You've got troubles of your own. It doesn't matter about Peter and me. I hardly knew him.
The train is shaken when it hits a car. It's Coburn's car. They used it to stop the train so they could climb in. Coburn knocks on Bondi's door, demanding to be let in, and she slams the door in his face. Stewart tells him he has a choice, his high horse or his wife. Coburn uses Bondi's tactic, saying he was in that wreck, his heart is hurting, and she takes him in. Ginger comes in, Coburn gives her a friendly wave and a wink. In her cabin, Stewart goes to kiss Ginger when the sleeping compartment flops open. Stewart loves the suggestion, and I'm surprised the slightly naughty ending made it past the censors. Please like and subscribe.